When I
Hmm.
spoke to your co-star, Jason Biggs, he said it was a very difficult role for him to do because he had to act against you. It
Oh
was a different
God.
kind of role for him. So it starts off with the compliments here. Was it an easy project for you to make?
Well, when you get to work with someone like Jason, who is, as you have experienced, so fun and really fun and serious at the same time. And when I say serious, I mean committed to what he committed to the job. And there was a scene where I had to slap him. He was like, "Nah, I want you to slap me." So I just had he just made coming to work those couple of days a delight. Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much.
What was your hook to getting into this project? Was it the director?
The writing, the writing. Chisa Hutchinson's her words. And the way she made this woman, this mother, just so full on the page. Not a stick figure, which is what
Oh,
I
right.
look for. Exactly, which is what I look for when I do anything. I want flesh that I can claw
Yeah.
into, and that's what she does, and that's what she did with this.
Totally understood that you're a craft oriented professional. What I meant by that was it a traditional casting kind of thing, or you knew a producer and they went, hey, she is right for this?
Oh well, it was one of those things where they came to me with it. I didn't audition for this. Usually I audition. I'm not one of those people who get scripts handed to them left and right. I'm not that. But
That
this was,
surprises me. Wow.
well, no, no. But they believed enough in what they had seen, I guess, of my work, and they came to me with it. Luckily enough.
Is there any of you really in Leslie Barnes, or was this an amalgamation of people that you've met as a result of being on film sets for so many years?
No, I think there was a lot in me in Leslie. I certainly understand the experience of feeling my experience being exploited and pillaged. I understand that. I think if you are any person who's been marginalized or put aside in any sort of way,
Mhm.
in any culture, not just American culture, you get that, you know. So I was just able to bring that what I go through offset. I can bring it on set, you know.
Yeah, I was speaking with Jason that it one of the scenes that really grabbed me is when he has to walk on and cool everyone down to basically do the director pep talk of, you got this. I'm doing this. We're going to make this happen. And I was just thinking, how many times has he had to get that talk on a set per se? So it must have been surreal to be in a movie about making a movie per se, because you have decades of experience of doing that per se. So I'd have to imagine that it is simultaneously hard because you're known to always put the work in, but at the same time easy because you knew who these characters were based on your professional experience.
Yeah, filmmaking is its own culture, and I think there should be so many projects about that, because the geopolitics involved, in making a film are, comparable to any country.
Yeah,
So doing a film inside a film, I just think that I just think that that's a fascinating approach to this idea of exploitation, and with this young man.
sure. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
about you, because
Mhm.
I find you very fascinating, not just your credits, not just your craft, but you went to Tisch. And anytime I speak to somebody who went to NYU, I like to find out who their contemporaries were, who else was in the school around the same time that we might know? And I ask that also to people when I interview musicians who made it, who went to Berklee College of Music. I like to figure out, were you in school with Abe Laboriel Jr.? Like, who are the other people? Because you might be in a successful punk band and he might be in a successful jazz career, but you were friends then. Is there anybody else from your Tisch days who made it that we would know?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, God, Billy Crudup, you know, Billy Crudup.
Yeah. So that was like your peer, you were in classes?
Yeah, no, I wasn't, Billy was not in my class, but he was on the grounds when I was on the grounds. And, you know, he was a star even then, you know what I mean? He was a star, even Deborah Messing. Yeah, you know, and they were that, you know, you kind of looked at them and you're like, well, I'll see you on TV soon. You know, it was like, they just had that quality. The actor Kevin Carroll, who's in Snowfall. Michael, well, actually Michael was a class beneath me. Michael Hall.
Oh,
yeah.
Dexter. Yeah.
Yeah, Dexter, Michael Hyatt, who's on Snowfall, and so many other things. It was a whole bunch of people. It was a whole bunch of people. And then after I left, everybody got famous. Like everybody got famous. Yeah, it was a fertile ground.
It kind of makes you realize in a way that the classes were only one part of the education. It was being around the other actors and actresses in off class time.
Oh yeah.
Being a good hang leads to work.
Yeah. And Sean Thomas, the actor Sean Thomas, I think he's about to be in Macbeth, actually, with Denzel Washington. I think I read that. But yeah, and I learned as much from my peers. My education honestly came more from learning from my peers in school and certainly now.
Makes sense to me. Well, as I said at the beginning, this is not your only project going on. IMDb has a lot of stuff. And then, of course, there's the stuff that can't be in IMDb because Deadline.com has not yet announced it per se. But what's next for you? Because we know that the subject was made a bit ago, just a bit ago.
Yeah, but I made the subject when I was in New York, right after I finished When They See Us. I went straight into doing the subject. And so I'm in a movie that'll be coming out. I should be better at this, so I'm going to find out for the next interview. But I think it's November 19th, I think. And it's called King Richard. And it's about Richard Williams, the father of Venus and Serena Williams, the icons of sport, of American sports, of world sports. And Will Smith plays Richard Williams. And it has these beautiful young women, Sanaya Sidney, who plays Venus Williams, and Demi Singleton, who plays Serena Williams. And they are their doppelgangers of the real women. And so I happen to be in that. And then I think in the beginning of next year, I'm in, I guess technically it's limited series called 61st Street. That's on AMC, that stars Courtney Vance. And
you as Martha Roberts in 61st Street. And yes. I try and do my research. The last thing I got for you, and then you're free, or at least free until the next interview.
Okay.
Besides the subject, do you have a TV or film recommendation you could pass along to someone who needs a new show to start?
Oh my God. Honey. So, wow. Because I've been watching so much stuff in the last couple of days. I finished Squid Game last night. And I think it's terrifying, it's too violent. But it's so well done.
Yeah.
You know, it's so well done. And the Koreans, man, they know how to do that stuff very, very well.
Yeah. So, pop music and film and TV and soap operas, they're the future. Yeah.
Here.
gotta thank you so much for your time, and really,
you.
whatever your next project is, I will be seeing it. Keep up the greatness there, Aunjanue.
I appreciate that. I
Take
really
care.
do that. All right,
Thanks.
take care.
Paltrocast.